Hi, thanks for coming back. In this one, I'm just showing you how to customize everything a little bit more. We did a really basic blog just to get you started, but now you might want to change things a little bit more. To be honest, this looks really nice to me and I wouldn't necessarily want to change it, but I'll show you how you can change it. Go to my sites, make sure you've got the right site selected, so you're working on the right site, which is Annie's Craft Box. And then we're going to go to Themes, Customize, down the side here. And some of this stuff you might not even want to get involved in, and some of it you might want to. Just you can play around with it. If you want to have a logo, you just add a logo there. You can upload your own logo by upload files, and then you just click select files, and that'll ask you where you want to get it from. So if you wanted to take your logo from here, so I don't know, I'm just going to use this picture that's of mine, that could become your logo, and you set as logo and it would appear. Remove logo if you don't want it, and change logo, entirely up to you. Colours and backgrounds, we've already looked at those. We've looked at palettes and changing colours and things, but we could also have a background image if you wanted. So you might want to put in something as your background image. Again, we'll go with this picture, and that'll appear behind. Imagine this is a page on a table, so this will appear behind your page. If it's something more sort of abstract-y, then obviously it'll be more visible. Fonts, this is where you can change the font for your post and for your home page. So your headings, you could change them if you wanted, and then the font for everything else could be changed. Simple as that. Have a little look around, have a play around, see what it looks like. A header image. Now you can have an image up here if you want. You can add a new image, and you can select one from your pictures, or you can upload files. I'm going to use this one again. Select and crop, and I don't want it to take up too much space, so I'm just going to have quite a narrow image and quite a short image on my blog. Give it a minute just to reset. You see, even though I made it so small, it's still quite big, isn't it? So, do think about that, how much space you want to take up, and if you want to have an image there at all. And then also make sure that your font is then going to show up against that. You can see that keeps changing colour when I go on it. Make sure your font's going to show up against that background if you are going to have an image. This is just about your menus. You've got a social menu here, and you've got your primary menu here. Your menus are just really to guide people around your page. It is useful to have one on every page because it's useful to be able to get back to the home page, and you can customize those. Content options, I'm not even sure what this is. Oh yeah, this depicts how much you're going to show. So if you're going to have like a list of your recent posts, you can show an excerpt or a full post, or just defer to the default style for that theme that you chose in the beginning. If you want to say who wrote the post on every post, if you want to display the date, the categories, the tags, the author, if you want to miss all those off. If you use lots of tags and categories, you might not want them to list. You might only want your images to show when the blog is opened. So just play around with those and get what suits you going on. Widgets. Now this is, I'll just show the static front page first. Right, what all this is that when somebody opens your blog, the first page they see will either be your latest post, if this box is ticked, or it'll be a static page. So you might have a page that's just welcome to my blog and explains something about the blog, or you might have a poll that you want people to do, or you might have a particular project or offer or something that you want people to see. So you can have a static page, and you can change that. So if you wanted to have a static page for a while, so if you wanted to say, I'm going on holiday or I'm taking a break or something, you could have that static page and then you could remove it again once you're operational again. Right, now widgets, this is how you add little extra bits to your blog quite simply. And what you're customizing here is the sidebar, which is this space. In some designs you'll have two sidebars, you'll have one at each side, and you might have a bottom bar or a top bar, but in this theme you just have the one, which makes life easier. So at the minute you've got the search, this is a widget here, and the welcome, this is a widget as well. So we can add widgets that are already set up. So here's some to choose from. I mean, read them and you'll see what they are, but there's blogs you follow, blog stats, how many hits you've had. You might not necessarily want to put that on when you're first starting a blog, but you might want to put it on later to show the popularity of your blog once it is popular. And it does take time for that popularity to build. We talked about that in the last video, but you know, do bear with it because it can gradually creep up, or it can creep up quite quickly, or it can have spurts of growth. So, you know, just wait for that to kind of settle and to look like it's attractive depending on what you're using your blog for. You can have a calendar of your site's posts here. You can have categories, your category cloud. You can have all sorts on here. So a good one to have is definitely a follow button, because you definitely want people to be able to follow your blog easily. All they'd have to do is click on that button and they're following your blog. Lots of blogs I read, I can't follow them. It's not obvious or easy for me to follow them. So that is a really, really good one to have. You can add more widgets. You can add every single widget there if you want. Let's have a look. If you want to add a picture, you can add an image to the side post. So if you want to add a badge or a special offer or something you're promoting, you can add an image. So we'll just stick this one in just for the sake of it. And that's now added there. You can add a picture of yourself, whatever you want to do. You can reorder your widgets, so you can just slide them up and down. If you think, oh no, I'd rather have my follow right at the top, then you take your follow button and you'd move it to the top, and now you can see it's gone up there in your sidebar. So that's pretty much simple. Now once you're all ready, you can click save and publish, and all your changes will become public. Until you do that, your blog can still be seen by other people, but they'll see the last version that you made public. They won't be able to see all the changes you're doing. It's not like if someone logs on, they can see you making changes and things, so don't worry about that. I just also wanted to show you, that looks quite nice actually, with the image there and the background kind of continuing on. I also wanted to show you quickly about sharing the blog. Now here you can add sharing buttons, and it's all sort of set up for you. So you'd go onto you'd click connect, and then you just put in your Facebook address, your Twitter address, your Google Plus, whatever, and then they'll appear up on your blog. You can automatically have photos from Google go on. So there's sort of your connections, and you can have your sharing buttons, which means your connections are where people can go to your site, and your sharing buttons are where people can share your post on their sites. So if these are at the bottom of these appear at the bottom of your blog, and people can just easily click on them to share them. So that will post then onto their Twitter, their Facebook, their Google. They can like it, they can reblog. And you can add add more buttons. You can edit these buttons and obviously change the style of them if you wish. So that's really useful. The other thing is comments here. This is where you'll read your comments and you'll see there's a spam filter set. So you'll see which ones are pending, approved, or spam or trash, and you can read through those. And how you change those is in your settings, I believe. So if you go into your settings, this is how you lay out your blog. So like you've got 10 blog posts per page laid out. You can just have a look around really in here and see how to right, this is important. How to sort of change different elements of your blog. So for discussion, if anyone links to your blog, it's nice for you to know about it, to allow comments, things like that. Does an author of a comment have to fill out an email? That can stop people from bothering to leave a comment, which is a shame to lose that interaction, but it's also offering you a little bit of protection. Users must be registered and logged into comment, automatically close comment on articles older than 14 days. If you've got lots of blog posts, you don't necessarily want to be going back 3 months to answer a comment on something you posted, because it can become unmanageable. In the early days, it's not such a problem. You can break your comments up. This is about the emails you get. You will be plagued with the emails, so do manage these really well. You can approve a comment before it appears on the board. That's particularly good if you get some sort of troll. You can block words in comments, so you can block profanities and things like that. So just have a little look around those areas and see what you can do in those settings, because there is a lot of sort of fine tuning you can do to make your blog work well for you. There used to be, I don't even know where it is anymore, but there used to be a bit where you could actually have snow on your blog in winter and stuff. I don't know if you can still do that. But here's another place where you can put in your site icon and you can just change your tagline and things like that. Change your time zone, make sure you've got the right time zone, especially if you're scheduling posts. You can hide your blog altogether, make it private, while you might want to do that while you're changing something on it or designing it or something. So there's lots and lots of things you can do, and the best thing to do is to just have a little click around and try things out. But I think hopefully I've shown you, this is kind of summary dashboard as well, which is quite useful, especially if you have a quick idea and you just want to jot down a quick draft for a post. That's a really useful addition. They didn't used to have that. So just try it out, use it, follow the little ideas that I've given you there, and just test things out and try them. Nothing can't be put back to the way it was, so don't be scared. Alright, hope that was useful to you, and I'm going to do one final post on how to start up a blogger blog, and then I'm going to say which one I prefer out of the 3 different ones that I use. So I hope you'll find that useful. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, any questions, just leave them below.